Hi everyone, this is Mayar, a storyteller, and today I will read from The Man in the Brown Suit, which is a detective novel by Agatha Christie. So let's begin our adventure. I hope you enjoy this. Chapter 1. Everybody has told me that I must try this story, and it's true that I was mixed up in the affair from the very beginning. Naturally, there are gaps in my knowledge, but they can be filled by Sir Eustace Bidler's diary, which he has kindly asked me to use. So here goes. Anne Bedingfield begins her adventures. I have always wanted to have adventures. You see, my father, Professor Bedingfield, was one of England's greatest experts on primitive man. His mind lived in Paleolithic times, but the problem was that his body lived in the modern world. Baba did not care for modern man. Unfortunately, it's difficult to manage without modern men, such as butchers and bakers and greengrocers. Therefore, as Baba spent most of his time thinking about the past, and Mama had died when I was a baby, I had to deal with the practical side of life. Baba ate what was put from him. He seemed troubled when the question of paying for it came up, and we never seemed to have any money. Baba was famous in the scientific world and had many letters after his name, but this was not the type of fame that brought in cash. There were times when I envied Emily, our servant girl. Emily's boyfriends included a large sailor and several boys who worked in the local shops. She said she wanted to practice with different young men, and I thought sadly that I have no one to practice with. All Baba's friends were elderly professors with long beards. What I wanted was adventure, love, and romance, and what I had was dullness and boredom. There were a library in the village. I enjoyed reading the adventures and love affairs in these books, and I went to sleep dreaming of strong, silent men who always knocked down their opponent with a single punch. There was the cinema too, with a weekly film, The Peers of Pamela. Pamela was a marvelous young woman. Nothing worried her. She flew out of aeroplanes, adventured in submarines, and climbed skyscrapers without a moment's fear. She was not really clever. The master criminal caught her each time, but the hero was risked her at the beginning of the following week. I used to come out full of desire for adventure. Most people have never heard of the ancient bones that were found at the Broken Mile Hill in Rhodesia, and yet one morning I found Baba full of excitement. Do you understand, Anne? I have always said that the beginning of the human race was in Africa. They traveled. Don't put marmalade on creepers, Baba, I said quickly, stopping my parents' absent-minded hand. Yes, you were saying. They traveled on Europe on. Here he shook Billy on a mouthful of keeper bones. We must go to Rhodesia at once, he said, at last, standing up. There will be so many discoveries. The primitive oaks, I think, but not the woolly rhinoceros. You will write to the travel agent today. What about money, Papa? He looked at me in a disappointed way. Your point of view always depresses me, my child. You must not let money stand in the way of scientific progress. I think the travel agent might require money, Baba. Baba looked upset. My dear Anne, you will pay them in cash. I haven't got any cash. Papa looked thoroughly irritated. My child, I really cannot be bothered with these silly details. The bank. I had something yesterday saying that I had 27 pounds. That's your overdraft, I believe. Then you must write to my publishers. I agreed, although I was not confident. Papa's books bring in more fame than money, so I love the idea of going to Rhodesia. Wait, Papa, you have different boots on, I called out. Take off the brown one and put on the black one. And don't forget your scarf, Papa. It's a very cold day. Papa left correctly booted and warmly dressed. He returned that evening, and I was concerned to see that his scarf and overcoat were missing. Dear Mian, you are right. I took them off and go into the cave. One gets so dirty. Our main reason for coming to live in Lil Hamsley that being the Hamsley cave. Papa spent most of his days working underground, digging out the bones of prehistoric animals. Papa cold badly all evening, and the following morning I sent for the doctor. Poor Papa, it was pneumonia. He died 4 days later. Okay guys, this was chapter 1. I hope you enjoyed listening to it. Wait for chapter 2. Bye bye.